Here I am on the beach. It's actually very busy today. It's a perfect beach day. Very hot. Water is so warm. Lake Erie is so shallow too. But as mentioned in my previous story, I am doing a prolonged water fast because I'm living in an environment where there's mold and I've been eating more sugar than I probably should. So just was calling for it, and it worked out schedule-wise that I don't have Haley to take care of or feed, and I don't have any houses to clean for the next couple of days. So my good friend Joseph so graciously allowed me to come and stay at his place so I can lay on the beach all afternoon and evening and then just like go to sleep. And it's supposed to be kind of rainy tomorrow, but I'll probably swim in the morning too. But I'm at like 30 hours of fastedness, not eating, and all I ate like as that marker was 4 hard-boiled eggs before I cleaned a house yesterday. So then I had slept previously. I waited so long trying to see if those captions would load that I'm now in a different position than the last batch of story. But yeah, I'm already feeling better. Like this is not even hard. Like the longest fast that I've done is just over 30-ish hours, and I'm coming up to that now. But I actually feel better than I have been feeling on the regular lately, which just goes to show you that I definitely needed to do this. Our bodies heal ourselves. When you're digesting food all of the time, your body's just digesting. And when you don't consume food, your body consumes itself, and the things that are wrong with it goes into autophagy. I'm probably not pronouncing that properly, but it like cell death, like consumes the cells that are not good. And in particular, I have mold in my body 100% because I'm living in a basement right now that has mold in it. So I'm doing just water and also activated charcoal to help pull the toxins out. So I feel great. Even if I don't feel great the whole time, sometimes things suck, and I'm so devoted to myself and my body and like making myself like as clear as possible to channel the things that are coming through for me business wise. So now I'm gonna listen to the new audiobook that I downloaded, which is Women Who Run with Wolves. And oh, P.S. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing a different version of the same bathing suit that I had. Oh, it's a lot of boobs. It looks very similar to what I had before, but it's brand new, and it's only a size medium. I'm a size medium. How is that even possible? It's crazy. I literally eat whatever the fuck I want all the time. And I've realized through this experience how much I do love food, actually, because I have a lot of impulses to fill time with food. And I'm not going to stop enjoying food, but I'm going to stop enjoying sugary food as much as I have been lately. Well, it decided to thunderstorm on me on the weekend that I planned. Well, I didn't really plan it, kind of happened spontaneously. Anyways, doing this water fast, I came to stay at my friend Joseph's place in Port Stanley, or Erie Rest technically, because I wanted to be on the beach and in the water while I'm doing this fast, because the beach is so cleansing and the sun is so charging. But I only got like a brief amount of time on the beach yesterday before they got overcast, and this morning it was raining all morning, and then there was like a brief window where it stopped raining, so I was like, I'm going to the beach. I went for a little walk and then decided to come back and get my towel so that I could go in the water, which I did, and it was amazing because it's just like the orgone, the negative ions that are created by the moving water just literally clear away all the shit, and like moving through some heavy emotion. Cut me off, I said guilt and shame at the end there, but I'm processing some pretty deep guilt and shame, specifically surrounding my addictions and my mental state during the first cycle of Haley's life, like the first 7 years. And then what that has like done to her, like what it's provided her as her blueprint for life. So if you're interested in the specifics of that, head on over to the Facebook group, because I'm not going into it here. The point of this post is or story. Oh my God. See what I mean about the mental capacities? I don't have cognitive faculties right now, but I'm in my body and I feel so clear. Like it's been over 2 days since I had food, and I only ate 4 hard-boiled eggs for breakfast the Friday. So that was it that I had to clear out of my system. So anyways, I got in the water for a brief time, but the clouds were black and there was lightning. I was like, I don't want to. So although my time in the water was brief, it was very healing and charging at the same time. I feel like it swept away a lot of the random piece of hair, a lot of the tension. So like when we have negative emotions, our emotions are like somewhat tangible and somewhat intangible. So they're the way that we communicate to the environment. You have a thought and it creates this like hormonal, like electromagnetic hormonal chemical reaction in your tissues that then creates an energetic signature and like body language that communicates to our environment. So thinking about all that guilt and shame this morning created a tension in my body that needed to be released. I'm in no state to be doing heavy exercise right now since I haven't eaten in 2.5 days. So the water was just, so beautiful. Like, and now, thankfully, Joey has this like DIY infrared. So the sun is great for the light exposure and also saving my body the calories it would use warming me up from being in the water and being outside in just my bathing suit when it's kind of cold. Well, it's not kind of cold. That's not like technically cold exposure, but cold enough for me in this current state. But yeah, I'm going to go home soon, spend some time with my kitty cat, do some magic at home in this like super clear state. Like I feel super psychic and connected right now because my body's not busy digesting and I have no cognitive capacity right now. So all I can do is be in my body. No one's at my house. So it's gonna get magical. Wait to see what comes out of me. Actually, maybe I won't even show you because it's for me mostly. P.S. I forgot the other benefit of the sauna. I don't know if this is coming through. Face the light, maybe. I'm covered in sweat. Like it's pouring out of me. Like my upper lip is sweating. So sweating is a great way for us to release toxins from our body, and that is the entire purpose of me doing this 3-day fast. So yeah, I just had to add that on. You want to remove toxins from your body? Fucking sweaty. All right, folks. Well, here I am in the backyard. This is my morning ritual. My bare feet on the grass, and Leggy Lou is like glued to me all the time. He's my little shadow, especially when I go away, and I've been working a lot lately. So also my coffee is on the ground because I can't put the regular oat creamer that I put in it since I'm still fasted. I'm at 70.5 hours with no food, only water, activated charcoal, a little bit of black coffee, and I made some tea last night as well. But I was just sending a message to my good friend and also premium client. It's like I feel like I just woke up but like, and I have no makeup on. I also didn't wash my mascara off last night, but I had a bath and I'm lazy, but I feel like I look better. Like I feel like oh man, these diminished mental faculties are like a very real thing. I didn't even notice that the timer was running out. And I noticed because I saved all the stories that I've done so far talking about this process, because I'm going to make a little compilation video that Instagram doesn't go all the way to the end of where that little circle goes around. So lots of my words get cut off. But anyways, I've been not feeling good for a couple of months, feeling very almost like hungover and like lethargic, nauseous, tired, like huge bags under my eyes, looking very like sallow, and I feel like I fixed that with this fast. So, and also the introspection that's happened. Oh my god, legs in a squirrel. Oh, you can't see the squirrel. He's so funny. He's got such cat instincts, but he's disabled. He can't run. Anyways, yeah, I definitely am going to do this again, likely for a longer period of time, because the real healing effects of fasting come after 4 days. So, but I get my Haley Goose back this afternoon, and we might go to the gym because she's been interested in the gym again lately, or we might go to the beach. I don't know what the weather's looking a little gray today, but who knows what we'll get up to. I feel like this was a really good first run at like a longer fast for me, and the introspection that I was able to get into yesterday was like super interesting, right? Because when your brain is shut down, all you can do is be in your body. I love being out in the backyard. These friggin' squirrels are crazy. Anyways, fasting, good. Definitely recommend it, but be mindful if you have a history of disordered eating, because I can definitely feel, last night I could feel binginess coming into my being. So with my history of binge eating, among other disordered eating patterns, I've had like what I like to call the sampler pack of disordered eating. I've tried it all, except I'm not very good at purging, so I wasn't very good at bulimia. Anyways, I am going to be mindful of how I put food into my body when I start eating, which I'm going to allow myself to do anytime after 10, and I think it'll be probably sometime soon after that, because like I'm hungry. And I feel like I accomplished a lot with this endeavor. So I have a juicer. I don't know if I feel up to actually juicing, looking up recipes and stuff like that, but I might go buy some juices and start with that. Definitely craving meat, so I'm gonna buy a roast and slow cook it to have for dinner with Haley tonight. But yeah, mindfulness is key with it, right? I don't want to do 3 days of clearing my system out and then be like just gonna kick at this cat. So I thought I'd put him in the background for this last piece. Yeah, in some, fasting good, definitely recommend it, with certain parameters, and observation of your psyche while you're doing it is important for sure. So if you're somebody who wants to try fasting and you're not already in my DIY Enlightenment Facebook group, go on over to the link in my bio and join us. It's free. I literally created this as a place for people to take the things that I'm working on or suggesting, the information that I'm providing, and have a support system to work on it. Because like the next time I do this, I kind of want somebody to do it with me, because it would have been nice to have some like moral support when I was like, oh, like there's definitely some moments over the last, especially at nighttime, I fill a lot of my time with food. So anyways, I'm gonna stop talking, drink this coffee that's on the ground here, and then I'm gonna get my butt to the grocery store. These friggin' time limits in this diminished cognitive capacity made for a choppy story. But thank you for watching this. I appreciate all of you. And all right, so just a little final fasting update to kind of bookend this saga. I ended up not getting to the grocery store. I was like spent the morning like trying to get myself together, but I was so low on physical energy that like I kept getting kind of lightheaded. And honestly, I was just like meditating and doing some like magic while I was in that state. And then I got to the point where I felt like I couldn't drive my car safely. So it was 73 hours with no food at all, and then so that was when I had the hard-boiled eggs, and then 86 hours since I had my last meal. And I definitely needed to eat like in a big way. So before I left, I didn't have a lot of groceries. I planned it intentionally, so I didn't have a lot of food in the house. And so I ended up eating, I had some Roma tomatoes and some cashew cheese, nuts for cheese, my favorite. So I ate a Roma tomato. See, my cognitive faculties are back. I knew that was going to end, so I stopped what I was saying to start the next one. But I also added a little bit of the oat and coconut creamer that I use in my coffee, because I don't like black coffee anymore. I used to drink it for years and years because I was like punishing myself, but I don't like it. I like cream in my coffee. Anyways, I had those two things, and like eating the tomato and the cashew, like it felt good while I was eating it, and then like I could like feel my digestive system being overwhelmed by it. Like it was like took a minute, and like if I felt like almost nauseous and like I needed to lay down, so I did that for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I could like feel my body digesting the food. So cool. And like the energy being distributed to my cells, and I felt the motivation to get up off the couch and eat the other tomato that I had left there. And that gave me enough energy to get my shit together and go to Farm Boy and get some more things. So now I'm home, and I got some pulp and press juice. Love this stuff. Like this is based in London, like organic juice, veggie and fruit juice. Also got some kombucha to help my body digest the food that I'm putting into it, and a whole bunch of organic fruits and vegetables. And I feel like supercharged. Like I have so much energy. I feel so good. Like I feel so happy and positive and like accomplished. Also, the two people that I've seen, like so my sister and Haley, both when I saw them were like, oh my god, you look so skinny. Like look at my shorts, guys. They're like so loose. Now I didn't do this for weight loss, but I think a lot of the girth that I had was being bloated. So also decided to try gluten-free for a while. Oh my god, you look so skinny. Like look at my shorts, guys. They're like so loose. Now I didn't do this for weight loss, but I think a lot of the girth that I had was being bloated. So also decided to try gluten-free for a while, which will be easier than probably in previous times because my niece is celiac, so like they have a lot of gluten-free. There's a lot of gluten-free options out there. I told Haley, she was like, no. So I have Haley back now. She was at her dad's for 5 days, and we're gonna go on a mother-daughter date night tonight to the movies. We got tickets to see the Thor movie in 3D. And I don't want to eat popcorn or like anything junky like that at all. Like, and it's not even like I feel like I need to do that. It's just like my body's like, don't do that. So I'm gonna go to Bulk Barn and get some like some trail mix or something like that. That's like a little more natural. Yeah, because I want to carry this. Okay, so I'm in the process of taking all of the little bits and pieces of story of me documenting this 3-day fast that I did over here, and making it into one video clip that I can put on YouTube and also the Facebook group for DIY Enlightenment. And as I was going through it, I realized Instagram didn't upload the last video that I had posted because it just kind of ends where I'm like, I just kind of want to carry this on. So what I had said in that was that like this went so well, like I feel so good that I'm gonna make this a regular part of my devotion to my body and the regime that I have to keep myself vibrating at the highest possible frequency. So if you're interested in doing that, like I feel so good that I'm gonna make this a regular part of my devotion to my body and the regime that I have to keep myself vibrating at the highest possible frequency. So if you're interested in doing that, come on over to the DIY Enlightenment group, unless you're seeing this video in there, or you're already a member, in which case just stay tuned, because I'm gonna, when I do this again, probably in another month or two, I'm gonna get more people on board with me.